In this video, I'm going to be installing a new pair of speakers in the rear doors of my Mazda 3, and it's a 2013. To start with, you need to pull off some of the cover plates that are hiding some of the screws. The first one's in the door handle. All you need is a flathead screwdriver to do this. It has several points where it is attached to the door handle, so you have to pop all along the length of it. But once that's done, it just removes straight backwards. The other screw cover is located near the door lock, and it just pops out also with a flathead screwdriver. And those are concealing 3 Phillips head screws, 1 near the door lock and 2 in the handle. Once those are removed, you are now ready to remove the door trim from the vehicle. To do this, I'm using a chisel with some tape on the end so I don't scratch up the door, and you just put it in between the door. I found it easiest to start at the bottom and then just work your way to the top. And then once you've reached the top on the one side, just start working around the other where all the white door clips are, popping them all off. Once that's complete, there is 1 electrical connector to remove, and you need to pop the door handle out as well. To get the door handle out, you push it forward, give it a twist, and pull it back out. So there's the speaker. It is a 6x8 and is secured with 4 screws. Now you should be able to use other types of speakers. I'm told that a 5x7 would work. You could probably use a 5 1/4 as well. And it does have a wiring harness. I had trouble getting it off, but it does pop out. Now I'm going to continue removing more of the door. If you just want to do the speaker removal and install, I'll throw a time to move forward and you can just jump to that. But if you want to watch some of the sound deadening material, keep watching. So there's about 10 screws that hold the inner door trim in place, and once you get that off, you should use some rubbing alcohol and give everywhere you're going to put the sound deadening material a good wipe down so that it sticks properly to the door. To do this, I'm using Kill Mat because I got a whole bunch of it to do my driver's side door, if you've seen my last video, and I have so much Kill Mat left over, it's crazy. So no fancy measuring techniques. I just put the whole piece in there, eyeballed it, and then take a pair of scissors and cut it out. So you can see there, nothing fancy at all. I do switch between doors for this video, but basically 1 full piece on the top, a half piece in the middle, and another half piece on the bottom, cut on a slight angle. I also put a lot of this Kill Mat on the back side of the door, on the metal portion, just to stop the sound vibrations there as well. And this little plastic thing, I do throw some Kill Mat on those as well. Now that that's done, you can reinstall the inner door trim. And you can see on the outer door panel that I also put a whole bunch of Kill Mat on that as well. Some of the other points that I've got are across the top of the door to stop any vibrations between the plastic door panel and the door itself, as well as some on the inner door. Not as many good flat spots there, but I do obviously try to get as much as I can on there. Once you put that on, just make sure you got all your wiring done up properly. Now I've heard some people say that they got a low profile speaker because the window's going to interfere with the speaker. I'm going to tell you that that is not the case. On a 2013 Mazda 3, you can see that window does not enter anywhere near where the speaker goes, and you could put any size speaker in there. It's not an issue. And just as a side note, I also did the trunk with a whole bunch more Kill Mat, another 4 or 5 pieces in there, but that's not this video, so we'll move on to the speaker install. Obviously it gets dark at 4 o'clock at night, but I did get these Kicker 6x8 speakers. They cost about $100 for a pair, and you can see that they just plop straight into the old hole, and it is a instant perfect fit without any other requirements. Goes straight in, no problem. In order to get the wiring harness through, obviously you need to drill a small hole. So just take your drill, select the correct drill bit size, and put a small hole where your speaker wire is going to go. You do need to feed your speaker wire through the hole before you mount your speaker, and obviously you need to connect your speakers to that speaker wire. So for the Kicker ones, you can't get it backwards. There's a very small connector and then there's a larger connector. Obviously the small one's negative, it only goes on the negative terminal. Now for the screws, the Kicker speakers do come with screws. However, because of the mounting depth, I found that the factory screws that I removed from the other speakers were a better fit. Now I do need to cut the factory wiring harness off so I can wire it directly to the new speaker. So I did the negative terminal first. So on the passenger side rear door, the negative is the brown wire. And then I did the positive terminal, which is the blue wire. So you can see them there. Those little red clips come with it. And before I wire everything up, I do give it a test run. And then once I've found that the test run is successful, I just use some kill mat and some electrical tape and secured it straight onto the door so that the connectors do not move. And to put the door back together, you need to reinstall the wiring harness that operates the windows, and you need to put the door handle back in place. And that just feeds through the door handle, twists, and push it back into place. And it's got some clips there. Once that's done, seat the top of the door panel onto the door itself, line up the little white door clips, and just work your way around the door, pushing on the door trim and making sure that all the little white clips go into the associated holes in the door and lock it in place. After that, reinstall the 3 Phillips head screws and put in the screw cover plates. So there's the one there near the door lock, and then there's the 2 in the handle. And then there's the cover plate for the door handle. And that's it. That is the passenger side done. Now I'll do the driver's side. So before I begin, I'm going to drill the hole near the wiring harness, connect the positive and negative terminals to the speaker. And this is something I didn't point out on the last one. I did put the kill mat all around the speaker housing, except for where the screw mounting points are for the speaker. And that's just to eliminate any vibration. So you can see it there behind the speaker. These speakers don't come with any sort of a foam gasket like some do. And these are Kicker DSC 680s. I'll put some links in the description for Amazon if you want to get something similar. So same deal, remove the wiring harness that comes from the factory. For this, on the driver's side, the green wire is the negative. So you can see me putting the electrical connector that comes with the speakers, that little red thing, over the green side, sliding it down so that both the green wire and the negative speaker wire are connected. And then I didn't show it very well on the other speaker, but I'm just using vice grips, and I'm just going to crush this down so that those wires are stuck in place. I'm also going to take some electrical tape when I'm done and wrap them up so that they don't move. The white wire on the rear driver's side door is the positive wire. And again, I will slide the red electrical connector over, twist the white wire around the speaker wire, slide the red wiring harness that came with the speaker over the wire, and take the vice grips and clamp it down. And just like the other one, I got the stereo on, giving the wires a shake, making sure nothing comes loose and that the speaker is in fact working. Then once that's done, hit them with the electrical tape so that nothing moves around, and then I use the kill mat to secure everything right onto the door. And installing this door is exactly the same. Put on the wiring harness, put on the door handle, put the door handle in the door, mount the door panel onto the actual door itself, and then put a little pressure on the front door panel so all the door clips lock into place, and that's all there is to it. Overall, I found that these DSC 680s by Kicker are a pretty good speaker. Obviously, using the factory head unit, you're going to be limited on the sound quality, but I do think that they are better. As well, since I was doing all of this kill mat, I wouldn't want to remove the door, do all the kill mat, and then not do the speakers when they're only $100 for a pair. Overall, I think this job took me about 2.5 hours with the kill mat and the speakers, so it's not that difficult or time consuming. Anyway, thanks for checking out my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.